Right, there we are. Fantastic. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Corsace Open. We are here with another match this morning. Some ultra-delayed commentary and second ban phase that we are kind of taking our time through here. Both of these teams, we are back with NekoPixel201 versus Poggers team. Our an interesting matchup here. We have NekoPixel201, the 61st seeded team, and we have Poggers team, the 36th seeded team. If I can get my mic working, I'm being told that I am ultra screwed up right now. Let's see what we got. All right, beautiful. Hopefully we are all fixed up there for the most part. See if we can not have scuffed mic for the next couple of hours. and we will proceed with the remainder of the picks and the bans. Of course, as a little bit of a recap, if you couldn't either understand what I was saying because Scuffed Mic Hour, or if you are just tuning in the last couple of seconds here, NekoPixel201, the 61st seeded team here, and we have Poggers team, the 36th seeded team. Big disparity between the two in terms of qualifiers seedings. The gap was widened a little bit by Poggers team after qualifiers. NekoPixel201 actually very close, the 62nd seeded team overall by their team BWS average. Poggers team a little bit higher, but 40th by team BWS average. A large difference there. 7,800 and 1,784. So a little bit different there. So we'll see after we get through the picks and the bans here how everything is looking. And as we progress through, start to get an idea of what both teams are looking for today. Alright, we'll get into our final two picks here before we move into the playing stage here. As I continue to tweak the audio to see if I can get something to happen. Got one more pick to go before we hop in. We're going to wait for Poggers team here, and then we're going to hop into Nomad 4, the first pick from them. So there it is, the final pick from Poggers team. It is Nomad 6. We'll be getting into their Nomad 4 pick here. A little bit of a differing route all across the board for them. So, but yeah, from Nomad 4 into the Nomad 5 speed pick, back to Nomad 3, something a little bit more on the gimmicky side, and then continuing to stick there on the Nomad 6. NekoPixel201 sticking relatively close to the hidden skill set if possible. They're looking for the hidden 2 and hidden 3 for their last two picks, but they have free mod 1 and free mod 3, which does open up the hidden modification for both of those, at least for certain players. So kind of a clear route that they're going to be looking for on that. Something that both of these teams have to be careful about especially at NekoPixel201, is that because Poggers team had the first pick, it also means that they have those 2 consecutive picks in the middle after NekoPixel has theirs. So we are rather going to have to look for NekoPixel to be a little bit careful up there if they find themselves trailing in picks after their first 2 picks. Those 2 consecutive map picks in a row can be very dangerous. But we'll see how they fare. They're going to go through the first pick, rather, of Poggers team here. And we are going to start to get an idea of how things are going to go today. We got our opening lineups: Baby Scylla, Ridap, Lillian, and Pedico for NekoPixel201. We got Poggers team in with Blor, Logatron, Slay, and Lammy 2. Something to note, actually, about Poggers team is that most of the players on the similar level of NekoPixel201, not too many super well-known tournament players riding through both of these teams here. The exception is Poggers team with Yasuha and one Rushia, also known as Abyssal. So we'll be interested to see the difference that those players make in the teams. But we're going to start the map here. A couple of little breaks from NekoPixel201 here. Oh, a lot of big breaks from NekoPixel, actually. That is a 4-way reset right there on that pattern. We got a couple of combos to hold on Poggers team, but no FCs left already. You got Slay and Lammy both holding it up on the combo here. Flora and Logatron seeming to have about as much trouble as most of the players on the side of NekoPixel here. Slay does drop the combo, so it's just Lammy to keep the score on the side of Poggers team. Into a slower section of the map here, there's a lot of combo that has been built up on the side of NekoPixel right now, and that is going to start to pull this score back onto their side here. Lammy can only do so much, especially with Lotragon finding a break right there. You got Baby Scylla trying to hold up a combo to compare to what Lammy is putting up right now, and it's working. The score gap is closing. Pedico, Redap, and Lillian all with big supporting combos. Pedico right alongside Baby Scylla. Redap does find a break, and so does Lillian and Baby Scylla. Oh, goodness, and there goes Pedico as well. Just some tongue twister names when you say them back and forth. Slay and Lammy both holding to this little repeat section right here. Not a free section, but definitely easier combo than most of the other parts here. And Lammy is going to continue dragging this towards the side of Poggers team, further and further away from making NekoPixel, or allowing them to make a comeback here for the combo, especially with Redap breaking the combo in this slower section right here. Going to get into that slider there. We're going to get one more Ki here before the map comes to a close. Final quarter here. There goes Lillian as well. A lot of combo breaks continuously from NekoPixel here that they cannot afford. Slay and Lotragon do trade out a couple misses with Baby Scylla, as well as Blor, actually. So a lot more combo drops on the side of Poggers team right now. However, Lammy continuing to combo through this section is making far more of a difference than whatever Pedico and Redap are able to put up right now. They needed all their teammates to hold in order to try and combat this, but Lammy far outscoring every other player in this lobby right now, hitting the ending sections, going through these tighter aim patterns, the back and forths, all these sliders. Gonna hold through, decent accuracy as well, gonna come pretty close to that 99 mark here. There we are into the final couple notes of the map there. Lammy 2 gonna hold it down for their team. Just that very, very early break in the map, 99.02 into the finish. A very impressive play, far better than anyone else that you can compare to in the lobby. Their next closest score actually being from Pedico with 457,000. Lemmy almost doubling that. Just barely missed it by a couple thousand there. So a stellar performance from Lemmy to give Poggers team their first pick there. And that is definitely something they're going to need to see a little bit more of this morning and this afternoon, rather. They are really hard-pressed to find that all-around team performance we kind of saw on both sides. Teams kind of having a little bit of trouble putting up those all-around good combos across 4 players there. So those single-player performances are going to be a big deal, and we generally talk about them mattering more in these early-stage matches. Especially in these lower-seeded matchups. Once you get to the higher-seeded matchups you saw yesterday, you know, you're seeing 2, 3, maybe even 4 FCs across certain maps, depending on the team. So there are some very high-performing players across the board on multiple maps here. But these lower-seeded matchups, again, generally towards more of a solo carry performance in order to win some maps. And it certainly can make more of a difference than you'd think. We're going to go into free mod 1 for the next pick of NekoPixel here. And we'll see how both of these teams fare. We saw some of the higher seeded teams really struggling on this map yesterday. Some very low scores. The sliders catching a lot of people off guard. The mods generally becoming the point of difficulty for a lot of players. As we get all the lineups solidified here, we're going to see a couple of roster switches on the side of Poggers team. We got Hyper Pigeon and Samoyed coming in. And I have already forgotten if Slay was in for the previous map. But regardless, good roster switches for them. A relatively same roster for NekoPixel201 here. They'll be running with Baby Scylla, Redap, Petticoat, and Lillian once again. Poggers team gonna roll a little bit differently this time. Yasuha, Samoyed, Slay, and Hyper Pigeon. Little bit of overmodding going on for Poggers team. You know, looking at Hidden Hard Rock a lot of the time. Generally, I don't consider Hidden Hard Rock a full overmod. A lot of Hard Rock players are more comfortable throwing Hidden on along with Hidden Hard Rock. So, you know, we'll call it an overmod for the sake of technical terms, and then Slay is going to have the Hidden there. No overmodding whatsoever for NekoPixel here. Baby Scylla and Redap on the Hidden and Hard Rock respectively. A lot of difficulty coming out of Redap and Lillian here on the side of NekoPixel. Yasuha and Samoyed having the trouble on the side of Poggers team here. So it's Baby Scylla and Petticoat versus Hyper Pigeon and Slay. You got the one hidden player on each team and one no-mod player to hold the combo down. Slay does find a break, but Baby Scylla trades it up almost immediately after from Poggers team here. And it's the combo on Samoyed for the no-mod that's making the difference right now. Redap and Lillian continuing to find a break, and there goes Petticoat, which means that Hyper Pigeon is going to be able to hold this down by himself with the supporting combos of Samoyed and Yasuha right now. There's really nothing to compare on the side of NekoPixel here. We're going to come into a little bit of a break after this stream right there. And it's 3 combos to be held on the side of Poggers team here. NekoPixel really doesn't have anything to speak of besides of Baby Scylla right now. Petticoat is starting to pull up a little bit of a combo right now. However, it's not going to mean anything as long as the combo on Hyper Pigeon is held. Yasuha did find a combo break right there. But it's Samoyed and Hyper Pigeon with 2 massive combos besting anything that NekoPixel can put up right now. Samoyed finding a break towards the ending here. Hyper Pigeon is going to hold the combo down again. It's that singular player performance there. Redap does find a combo break. They were starting to pull a little bit back on the side of NekoPixel. However, this 400 to 500,000 score lead is far too big for them to be able to do anything about. Hyper Pigeon is going to continue comboing through this section. That no-mod player, the guarantee on that no-mod performance can work wonders for teams. He does finally find a slider break at the ending, but it is far too little too late. Baby Scylla and Petticoat not quite enough combo to bring that one back. And it's a slider break play from Slay and Baby Scylla there. Unfortunately enough, Poggers team having that combo on Hyper Pigeon to back up as well to best any combo and score that NekoPixel was able to put up. And Redap not having the best of time on that, as well as Lillian. Those continued slider breaks and act drops really doing the damage there. And we are now 2 picks
in the favor of Poggers' team. We're going to go into the second pick of NekoPixel right now, and this is kind of the situation that I mentioned at the beginning of the match here that NekoPixel has to be careful about. Because Poggers' team had the first pick, they have the advantage of having those 2 consecutive picks, the Nomad 5 and Nomad 3 after this. And it makes all the difference in the world having that double pick right there. It really is dangerous for those teams that find themselves in a rough spot. Right now, NekoPixel down 2-0, do not have a single point to their name right now. Going to go into their second pick. They have to get a point right here if they want to be able to stay in this match or get a break point off of Poggers' team here. If they manage to let this one slip away, Poggers' team can go into their 2 consecutive picks, win both of them, and close the match out before NekoPixel can even see their second 2. So we're going to have to see both teams giving it the best that they've got here. Poggers' team has the opportunity to essentially shut NekoPixel out of this match after the 3mod3 pick here, and NekoPixel does have the opportunity to pull themselves back into this match. It is certainly not over yet. 2 picks is not insurmountable, but they do, of course, have to be careful on something like this, in a situation like this, especially in a best of 9, first to 5. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room in terms of letting these picks slip away from you that far. 3-0 starts to get a little bit insurmountable here. 2-0 is recoverable, but I would say from experience in previous matches, especially when you hit these lower seeded matchups here, this is kind of the do or die point for some of these teams. You know, you start to lose the morale, the momentum, or it starts to show through that you really don't quite have as much as the other team has to give in terms of overall skill sets and roundedness. And unfortunately, it is the truth, but it does happen sometimes. You kind of have to take it and move along with it. But again, of course, we will see if NekoPixel is able to make a turnaround here. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. We'll see if they're able to pull it off here. We'll get into the start of the free mod. We have absolutely no overmodding going on this time, so no hidden hard rock on anyone. It's Redap and Samoyed on the hard rock, and Lammy2 and NekoPixel on the hidden. Couple of early misses here, but it's a slow start to the map. These beginning misses aren't going to matter too much. A little bit more of a interesting niche skill set here. Of course, the AR8 free mod going to be posing some difficulty for some players who are not super comfortable at the lower approach ratings. And unfortunately for NekoPixel right now, it seems that they are not super comfortable at the low approach ratings. Slay on the Nomad having a decent time here. Lammy on the hidden also having a pretty good time. Keep note that this is also a little bit different from most other small circle low approach rating free mods. This is AR8 CS 5.2. So whereas it's normally AR8 on the hidden player and CS 6.5 on the hard rock player, it's a little bit smaller circle size for that hard rock player right now. So Samoyed and Redap going to be putting the work in on that precision in order to put up the good combos. They're starting to recover just a little bit right now as Lammy finds some breaks on the hidden as well as Slay. So those 2 big combos now gone on the side of Poggers' team. Samoyed and Blor are going to kind of take up where their teammates left off here, with NekoPixel being the only combo available on the side of NekoPixel right now. Starting to get towards that 300 combo point on the hidden right now, but the accuracy doing quite a bit of damage as well. A little bit of an act drop for Samoyed, but still sitting up there compared to everyone else. Blor, kind of something similar, 99% accuracy. Really making more of a difference than anything there. Lammy and Slay starting to build up some substantial combos. Now Slay now hitting 300. Lammy kind of close behind. Slay does hit 300, but does drop the combo immediately as they grab it. And there goes NekoPixel. Unfortunately for NekoPixel, the one saving grace that they may have had if any combo breaks came out from Poggers' team there does find a combo break. Samoyed trades it up. Unfortunately, they need Blor to find a break as well. Lammy and Slay, and again, we're continuously seeing that single-player performance here. The one person who is very comfortable across the map, just putting all that work in. And that is essentially going to be it. There's a little bit of map left here in the last quarter after this pause, but this combo lead in favor of Poggers team here, 624,000 in their favor, and there's really not much you can do about that after a certain point. There is just not enough note density. Coming to the last couple sections here. And again, as these combos on Blur and Slay continue to hold, there's not much they can do. Blur does finally drop the combo towards the ending here. Unfortunately enough, it is far too late. Again, we've seen that a lot here. Just very, very late into the map breaks, and it doesn't leave any room for a comeback there. Slay only with slider breaks on that one. Blur putting up the highest score in the lobby, again, by a decent margin, almost 300,000 in their favor across the board from the opposing team. About 120,000 above the next closest teammate, Samoyed, on 560,000. We're going to get into No Mod 5, and now the situation that we've been mentioning and that we've kind of warned about for NekoPixel here is coming forth. It is the 3-0 deficit going into Poggers team double pick here. It's a No Mod 5 and No Mod 3 consecutive picks. Poggers team has been looking increasingly dominant across the board on these picks. There really, unfortunately, hasn't been anything that has been close between these two teams or contested in the favor of NekoPixel here, so they're really putting themselves in a tight spot. See what happens on the No Mod 5. A little bit of uncharted territory with the speed map, but it's not looking super good right now for NekoPixel. They're going to have to pull out some absolutely stellar plays compared to what we've seen thus far in order to kind of claw themselves back into this. But we'll see. It's not impossible. Again, keep mentioning we've seen crazier things happen. So we're going to get into the No Mod 5 now. Players solidifying their rosters here. A couple changes here for NekoPixel finally. We got Marusi coming in. Similar lineup that we've seen from the rest of NekoPixel for the rest of the match here, but maybe that one roster change is going to make a little bit of a difference for them here. We'll see. Early combo breaks from Babysilla and Slay right here. Very early from Hyper Pigeon and Lillian, but basically we can disregard those for the time being. Pedico, however, finding a combo break along with Marusi. That is going to be a big difference. There goes Lillian as well. Unfortunately, 3 combo breaks and no response from Poggers team right now to those combo breaks. Slay does finally drop the combo as well as Lotragon, so they are starting to give up a little bit here, but they have to be careful. The score lead is already going far in the favor of Poggers team right now. It is 200 to 250,000 and growing in their favor. There's no comparable combo to what Lammy or Hyper Pigeon is putting up right now, especially with Marusi dropping, and there goes Babysilla. That is all the combos gone on the side of NekoPixel, and once again, we're going to see that solo performance. A little bit of a double performance right now. Hyper Pigeon kind of right behind Lemmy here, but Lemmy's still holding that FC down right now. doing the most work into this burst section here. A couple longer bursts. Hyper Pigeon having a little bit of trouble on the accuracy, but holding the combo down fairly well. It's Lammy, the only one that's really comfortable on this here. Slay and Lotragon do build up a combo right there. Pedico, Marucci, and Baby Scylla trying to start to do a little bit of something here, but the map is all over here. Into the last couple of notes, there's really not enough note density here. Again, it really is coming down to these last couple sections and just not enough time. It's too little too late. The combo is just too high on the side of Poggers' team here. We're going to get into Nomad 3, what is quite possibly the final pick of this match here, unless NekoPixel can make a full 180-degree turnaround on their performance that we've seen in the rest of the match right now. This could be it from them. Again, we've seen an absolutely dominant performance from Poggers' team today, and this performance overall has basically been a stark difference from what we've seen out of NekoPixel. They really haven't been able to put up anything to combat what we've seen out of Poggers' team here, and we're going to kind of have to just wait for it now. Wait for them to solidify their rosters. Couple of roster switches here, a couple of similar rosters. I think we've been running with kind of the same 5-ish to 6 players for both teams here. Not too much variation outside of that. Into the Nomad 3 pick here. This could be the last stand for NekoPixel right now. They have to make this one work. If they're not able to finish this one out strong, unfortunately, they will be sent home. See what they're able to pull off. A little bit similar to the first pick we saw of this match. Unfortunately, didn't go heavily in the favor of NekoPixel either. They're going to be looking for a big turnaround here. Couple of early breaks from both teams here. Unfortunately, more on the side of NekoPixel right now. We do have Redap holding some sort of a combo down right now, however, so it's not completely lost yet. It is only 2 FCs to 1 right now, but the supporting scores are a little bit higher on the side of NekoPixel right now. They can still make this work. There goes Yasuha. That's one of the big combos they needed to see break. Marushi does find a break there, but Pedico is going to hold a supporting combo. Unfortunately, there goes Redap, the only FC they had on the side of NekoPixel. They need Slay to find a break. Looks like Yasuha was Bancho as well. Slay does find a break along with Flora and Lotragon, so it is Yasuha to hold the combos. Unfortunately, a massive 3-way reset right there for NekoPixel, as well as Redap finding a break. I believe that's just all she wrote for them here. We're about a quarter of the way left in the map here, and Yasuha just looks far too strong. The score well in the favor now of Poggers' team, and there is absolutely nothing NekoPixel can do. Unfortunately, Yasuha is going to continue dragging this over to that right-hand side here. Does finally find a slider break. Lotragon's going to kind of take up the torch here to combat Redap, but the score lead is just locked on the side of Poggers' team now. Unfortunately, not enough note density, not enough map left, and a massive score lead for Poggers' team from those beginning combos. Gonna hold them into the finish there on the last Nomad 3 pick, and that is going to do it. Poggers' team gonna finish 5-0 over NekoPixel here in this match. Well played from both teams here. Poggers' team just a little bit more confident. They had that one-player combo on basically every single map, and it really, really made a big difference. They, you know, having that single-player solo performance really does do wonders, and it worked for Poggers' team today. They'll be advancing to the next round of the tournament. They'll be going on to the round of 16. In the next round of the losers bracket, they will have to continue fighting through the losers bracket. Not only that, they will have to play 2 matches every weekend now, facing off against another losers bracket team, and then the team that fell down from the winners bracket as well. NekoPixel, unfortunately, will be sent home today. This was a losers bracket match, therefore it is single elimination for these teams. We thank them for coming out for the tournament. Again, congratulations for qualifying. It is a feat in and of itself. And hope you come back and try again next year. But that'll do it for us for the time being. We got a little bit of a pause before our next match.